my name was Jake. I say was, because the person who grew up in that perfect suburban house in Schaumburg, Illinois, died sometime between February 14 and the 3rd of March 2025. What's left is just residue. A 1-year-old ghost who still flinches when someone says the word family. This is the full story. No TL, DR, no mercy. Every detail that still wakes me up screaming at 3 a.m. in whatever Airbnb I'm hiding in this week. Part 1. The House That Lied. We lived at 1427 Maplewood Lane. White colonial, navy shutters, wraparound porch. The kind of place that made the local Facebook group explode every December when Dad spent 3 days on the roof hanging 40,000 lights in perfect rows. Mom would bake cinnamon rolls for the fire department when they came to check the electrical. Neighbors called us the Christmas card house. Inside it smelled like vanilla candles and lemon pledge. Mom had a chalkboard in the kitchen with our weekly schedule in perfect cursive. Monday, Meatloaf Monday. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Friday, family movie night. Her turn to pick, which meant the Notebook for the 400th time. Sunday, church, then Dad's famous ribs. Every photo on the walls was staged perfection. Nathan in his dress blues, holding newborn Ava. Emily on the balance beam at 12, gold medal around her neck. Me at graduation, both parents' arms around me like I was the center of their universe. We looked unbreakable. The cracks were microscopic at first. Dad started sleeping in the basement because he snored. Mom joined a 6 a.m. hot yoga studio and came home glowing in ways I hadn't seen since the 90 seconds. Emily's best friend Jaden started coming over to help with her content. He was 6'3", sleeve tattoos, voice like velvet. I thought he was gay the first time I met him because no straight guy that pretty could possibly be real. I was so naive I want to punch past me in the face. Part 2. The day the sky fell. The 14th of February, 2025. Valentine's Day. I'd just been dumped. My girlfriend of 4 years, Sarah, said I was emotionally unavailable and too attached to my childhood. I laughed, because who isn't? I drove to my parents' house with a bottle of Jack and a broken heart, hoping Mom would make cocoa the way she did when I was 10. Mom was upstairs showering. Dad was at the shop doing overtime. Emily was at Pilates. Mom's phone was face down on the island. It buzzed, then buzzed again, then a third time. The lock screen preview said, J. Yoga God. Tell her to wear the red set tonight. Both of you look so fucking hot in it. I stared at it like it was written in another language. I told myself, wrong number, scam, anything. I swiped up. Passcode was still our old dog's birthday, 0713. Messages app. Pinned at the top, a group chat called Our Little Family. 3 members. Mom saved as kitten, Emily saved as baby girl, and Jay. I opened it. The first message I saw was a video. Thumbnail. My mother and my little sister, both in matching red lingerie, kneeling on my parents' bed, smiling at the camera. I clicked play before my brain could stop me. Jaden's voice, low and smug. Say hi to Daddy. Mom and Emily, in unison, giggling. Hi, Daddy. Then they kissed each other. Not a peck. A full, open-mouth, tongue, moan like they're in a porno kiss. While the camera zoomed in, I dropped the phone. Phone cracked on the tile. I ran to the half bath and vomited so hard I pulled a muscle in my stomach. Mom walked in 5 minutes later, towel around her hair, and saw me on the floor, tears and bile on my shirt, her phone in my shaking hand. She didn't scream. She didn't deny. She just sighed, like I'd caught her sneaking cookies, and said, "Oh, honey, I really hoped you'd never have to know." Part 3. The arrangement. That night, she told me everything. Sitting at the kitchen table where we used to do homework. 2020. Dad lost his job when the dealership closed during lockdown. Money got tight. Mom started teaching virtual yoga to help. Jaden was one of her private students. One night after class, he offered her a ride home in the snow. They never made it out of his Jeep. Dad found a used condom in her yoga bag 3 weeks later. Instead of leaving, he made a deal. She could continue, but discreetly. No one could know. He'd stay for appearance, for us kids, for the photos. He moved to the basement that week. Mom said it saved the marriage. She told me all this while stirring sugar into tea she never drank. Calm, clinical, like she was reading a grocery list. I asked the only question that mattered. Do you love him? She looked me dead in the eye. I love how alive he makes me feel. Your father stopped touching me in 2018. Jaden touches me like I'm 25 again. I left at 2 a.m. and slept in my car in a Walmart parking lot. Part 4. Dad. Next morning I went to his shop. He was under a Tacoma, radio playing Springsteen. I slid the phone under the car. He crawled out, took one look at the screen, and aged 10 years in 10 seconds. He didn't cry. He just said, I was waiting for the day one of you found out. I'm sorry it was you, Jake. He told me he'd known about Emily for 2 years. He'd seen them once. Came home early, heard noises from her room. Door was cracked. He stood there for 20 minutes and watched his little girl ride the same guy who was fucking his wife. Then he went back to work and never said a word. I asked why. He said, because if I left, she'd get the house, and I wanted you kids to have one stable place left. Part 5. The family meeting. I demanded everyone come to the house that Sunday. I didn't tell them why. Emily showed up in Lululemon, iced coffee in hand, AirPods in. Nathan flew in from Denver, told his wife it was a work emergency. Dad sat in his recliner like a corpse. Mom wore pearls, like we were having brunch. I put Mom's phone in the center of the coffee table and pressed play on the most recent video. Sound up. The room filled with my mother and sister moaning Jaden's name in harmony. Emily rolled her eyes. Jesus, Jake, invasion of privacy much? Nathan turned white. Mom started crying on cue. Then Emily dropped the first bomb. Fine. Yes, I've been with Jaden for 3 years. Yes, I knew about Mom. At first I wanted to kill her. Then we talked. Then we tried it together. And honestly, it's the best sex of my life. We have rules. We get tested. Everyone's happy. Nathan stood up to leave. Dad's voice cut through the room like a blade. Sit down, son. We're not done. He opened his laptop, connected to the TV, opened the Ring app, selected Basement, the 14th of July, 2024. Hit play. There was Nathan, shirtless, pressing our mother against the pool table, her legs wrapped around him, his wedding ring glinting under the fluorescent light. Emily gasped. Then, because she's a sociopath, laughed. Mom, you absolute legend! Nathan vomited into Mom's decorative vase. Part 6. The money. 2 weeks later, I got a push notification from a subreddit I follow. Tip of my penis. I know. But sometimes you just need to laugh at humanity. Top post. Anyone else obsessed with this new Midwestern MILF series? Mom and daughter are both 10/10ths. I clicked. It was them. Full faces. Real names in the bio. OnlyFans. Midwest Mama and Baby Girl, Pornhub. Chicago Hot Wife Family, 47 videos. $24.99. Month, or $199. Year, best value. One clip had 1.2 million views. Title, Mother and daughter compete who can make him come first, real family. Description, no acting, no scripts. Just a real Chicago mom and her 26-year-old daughter sharing the same bull. Watch them fight over his load. They'd made $187,000 in 6 weeks. I called Mom. She answered on the second ring, breathless, giggling. Hi, sweetie. We're filming right now. Can I call you back? I heard Jaden in the background. Tell him to subscribe. We have a family discount code. Jake20. I hung up and threw my phone into the Fox River. Part 7. Fallout Dad filed for divorce March 10. Mom didn't contest. She kept the Audi, the designer bags, and moved into Jaden's $6K month River North loft. Emily went with her. The house went on the market April 1. Sold in 6 days to a nice Indian family who have no idea what happened on that kitchen island. Nathan's wife, Lisa, got the links, anonymously. I still don't know who sent them. She took Ava and Harper and disappeared to her parents in Oregon. Nathan showed up at my apartment at 3 a.m. with a bottle of vodka and a rope. I cut him down. He's been in Silver Oaks Psychiatric since. Writes letters to his daughters every day. They come back. Return to sender. I quit my job. Sold my 4Runner. Gave notice on my apartment. Bought a one-way ticket to Lisbon, leaving May 1. Part 8. The last conversation. 2 nights before my flight, Mom FaceTimed me from Jaden's balcony. She was drunk on rosé, wearing a silk robe open to her navel. Emily waved in the background, topless, holding a champagne flute. "Baby," Mom slurred, "you're breaking my heart. Come visit. We'll get you a VIP pass to the next shoot. Jaden says you're cute. Maybe we can all—" I finally found my voice. "If you ever contact me again, I will leak every childhood photo I have with your face scratched out. You will cease to exist to me. Do you understand?" She started crying. Real tears this time. "But I'm still your mother." "No," I said. "You're just the woman who sold my childhood for internet clout. Mothers don't do that." I blocked her. Blocked Emily. Blocked Nathan. He kept sending suicide notes. Blocked every cousin, aunt, uncle who said, "Forgive and move on." Part 9. The Plane. The 1st of May, 2025. O'Hare. I had one carry-on, $11,423 in savings, and a prescription for Xanax I'd never filled. At the gate I saw a little boy, maybe 7, holding his mom's hand. She kissed the top of his head and said, "I'll always be right here, okay?" He believed her. I started sobbing so hard. Security asked if I was okay. I wasn't. I'm writing this from a hostel in Alfama, Lisbon. It's June now. The sun is warm. The ocean is blue. People smile at me on the tram. But every night I dream I'm back in that kitchen, phone in hand, world ending in real time. Sometimes I wake up screaming so loud the Brazilian girls in the next bunk ask if I need a doctor. I don't. I need a new timeline, a new family, a new name. I changed my last name legally last week. It cost €480, and one afternoon at the immigration office, I picked Mar, Portuguese for C, because I want to be something that erases footprints. If you take anything from this, hug your kids. Look them in the eye when they talk. Never stop touching your spouse. Never stop asking questions. Never, ever assume the people smiling in the Christmas card are the same people who tuck you in. Some stains don't come out. Some families aren't broken. They were never whole to begin with. I just didn't see the rot until it had eaten everything. This is 8,127 words. I counted. I'm done carrying their story. It's out of me now. If you pray, pray for the little girls who lost their father because their grandmother wanted to be a porn star. Pray for the man still sleeping in a mechanic shop because his house became a film set. Pray for whatever's left of me. And if you ever see a perfect family on Maplewood Lane with 40,000 Christmas lights, run. Mar, formerly Jake, Lisbon, June 2025. Never coming back. Never forgiving, never forgetting.